Nigeria. If you joined us yesterday, um, you will understand that we were talking mostly about. Okay, let me just. If you joined us yesterday, you will notice that we were talking more or less about African music, the evolution of African music, how the African music went from the checkers, the I'm sorry, how African music went from using drums and the checkers, the talking drums, the flute, and all of that into what it is today. So on today's episode or today's stream, we will talk about the grass to grace story of African music. It's often very difficult. The African continent is sometimes it can be portrayed differently or in a bad image. Sometimes they relate the African continent with poverty, with lack of resources. But if you look deeply, you will find out that there are a whole lot of resources in Africa. There is no resource, there is no raw material that is not found in Africa, from all the rare earth that you can think about, whatever component they use in making planes, cars, to even batteries now, which is powering the electric vehicles. Now you can find all of this in Africa. So it is quite appalling to find out that most of the time it's always very difficult, and sometimes they categorize Africa as a nation that is that has the cycle of poverty. But we can understand the where they're coming from, because it's really very difficult. The moment you have been actually, it's not everyone, but you understand where they're coming from anyway. If you have been born in Africa and you grew up, in some particular places. Thank you for joining the live. I can see you. Please comment, like, and share this live so other people can see it. We're talking about the grass to grace story of African music. Hello, thank you. What you talking about? Michael Taylor, I'm talking about the grass to grace, story of African music. You can definitely, African music has actually come a long way. It has come a long way. I remember, if most of you know how it is back in the days like 2004 and all of that. I said it yesterday, but I bet let me hear. Okay, Michael Taylor, thank you so much. Make sure you share the live and subscribe. Send it to some of your friends so that they can join the live. Thank you so much for showing support. I know my community will not let me down. You guys are really fantastic. Franklin Serrano, hi. Thank you so much for saying hi. I can see you. Franklin, you are one of my best supporter, and I'm really excited to have you here. Tasnim Mohammed Sniga. I don't know whether I pronounced that very well. Snida. Hello. Thank you so much for saying hello. I really appreciate you. You are doing a great job. So, like I said, African music has come a long way from what it used to be before. And the struggle, like I said earlier, we struggle a lot, scaling up because of lack of resources. But it's not that we don't have the resources. We have them, but they have been plundered by people who are not even African. Most of our resources have been taken away. So, and the people of Africa has been suffering ever since. But despite all of that, we still made an impact in the world with our music. That is one thing that is really, really striking, and it is quite commendable. If you look at the story of Wizkid, who has conquered the world in music, recently he actually shut down the whole of Tottenham Stadium. The Tottenham Stadium. It might not be totally shut down, but at least he attempted to shut it down. So it was a wonderful thing. And if you look at his story, he started making music in a very young age. very very young age. And during that time, even if you listen to some of his songs, you said he used to move from studio to studio. He was like a studio rat. He was struggling. It was not easy for him, but due to the kind of determination, Africans are very determined. If they want to do something, they do it very very nicely. And he was so determined. He grew up in a very very not so good neighborhood. We call it the sport city in Lagos here. And he was able to fight himself to the top. He goes to the studio. Sometimes he sleeps in the studio. Back then, Surulere is not a very fancy place, but at least he was able to scale up. He was moving from studio to studio from Surulere, and today he's a global superstar. He has won numerous awards locally and internationally. I think he has been awarded as the BET Artist of the Year. He has won a whole lot of. He has won the although he has not. I think he has won the Grammy. Yeah, but with a collaboration when he was when he worked with I think it should be Beyonce in that Lion King stuff. So Wizkid's story actually inspired a lot of Africans, and it's something that a lot of Africans will learn from, and they will actually go forward. Because if you look at the music scene right now in Africa or in the world, African music has taken over. You cannot have a music festival in the world without having an African. I remember what Burna Boy said when they were interviewing him some time ago. He was like, there was a time they invited him for either, I think it's Coachella, something like that. Then he noticed that on the signpost, or let me say the poster that they did, his name was so small that he couldn't recognize what it is. So he had to call the organizer and say, hey, you cannot disrespect Africa. We are now at the top of the game, so you cannot disrespect us by just putting my name so small. You have to change this, or else I'm not going to come to this particular thing. So I think maybe they changed it, and all of that. So that's to tell you the power of African music right now, the kind of level we are right now. And if you look at Don Jazzy is someone who actually came up from a very very small background. He started in music at Ajegule. Ajegule, they used to say, is one of the best, is like the factory of our Nigerian, be it music or football. That is where most of the stars are born. So Don Jazzy actually grew up from there, and today he founded from there. He actually collaborated with I think, what is his name again? Coco Master. I don't know what is it. Coco Master. Then then Jacqueline Banel. Wait, are you saying a joke? No, it's not a joke. I am not saying a joke. I'm actually talking about the grass to grace story of African music industry, from Zambia to Nigeria to South Africa to Kenya to Ghana. We have actually put Africa on the map, because nowadays, in fact, if you watch the Club World Cup, you will notice that an African was also there at the halftime show, which is Thames, is a Nigerian and an African. So it's a very big thing for Africa. That was what I was saying. So it's not a joke, it's a straightforward thing. If you're just joining us, my name is Incredible Cliff, and my top fan I have here, Michael Taylor. Michael Taylor, thank you so much for always coming to my life, and thank you for sharing, thank you for liking. You guys are incredible. Then I have Franklin Serrano. Franklin Serrano, thank you so much for always being there. Please, if you have not liked and subscribed, please subscribe, like, and share to other of your friends, so that they can actually join and make this community more vibrant. So, like I was saying, the story of these two individuals, Wizkid, Don Jazzy, and the rest of the people like Dave, who suddenly passed away, may his soul rest in peace, in Zambia in an auto crash. It was a very, very quite, absurd thing to happen. But, sometimes in life, things like this happen. We are just like strangers, and sometimes, things like this happen. And the likes of Market 2, and if you go to Kenya, you have Calligraph Jones, you have Sauti Soul. You go to Ghana, you have a whole lot of artists like Blacko. So Africa has actually done a lot, and if you look at their story, it's a story of perseverance, a story of they have talent, all right. But if talent doesn't work enough, I don't think talent can scale up. They work pretty very hard, being in the continent where things are so difficult, but they were still able to work themselves to the top. So it's something that we have to commend them about. Is a wonderful thing. And the story of what is his name, although aside Davido, who maybe most of you might say, hey, he came out from a very very wealthy background. That is his father is a billionaire, but then again, your father being a billionaire doesn't actually automatically make you a successful person. You need to also work very very hard for you to actually scale up, and that is exactly what he did. As an African man with the spirit that he has in him, he fought himself to the top. His father could have probably given him some support and all of that, but he worked really really hard. If you listen to his story also, despite the fact that he's very wealthy, he was not staying at home. He was just moving from he schooled in Atlanta, yeah, Atlanta in United States of America. But he didn't just stay there. He moved back to Nigeria. He was actually doing music over there, but nobody noticed him. That's to tell you the power of Africa. Africa is a continent that is emerging. Is an emerging power. you know Back in the days, we used to listen to American music. I said it yesterday on my live. We used to listen to American music back and forth, back and forth. It's as if, if you don't listen to American music, if you don't listen to Busta Rhymes, if you don't listen to Eminem, if you don't listen to Chris Brown, if you don't listen to Usher, then you have not started. But after that, then we start drifting away. We copy some things from them, then we made it our own, and we turned it to Afrobeat. Afrobeat now currently has taken all over the world. And also, if you go to Zambia, if you go to Kenya, you will notice that African music has made a whole lot of impact despite our shortcomings, despite the resources, scarcity, and everything. We still strive very hard, we still muster ourselves, and you cannot go anywhere in the world in a music festival and don't call Nigeria. I don't think it's unlikely. You know, Even the new artists that are coming, it is quite great. The future of African music is wonderful. Yesterday I said it. Yesterday, if you missed yesterday's live, it's all about the evolution of African music, how we came about from. You can actually watch the highlights, the review on my channel. It's live there. You can just go and see it, then you can understand. I had a show with my girlfriend, Faith, yesterday. Pretty sure she will join today also. She's a bit busy. She's a foodie, she eats a lot. Okay, back to the guys, please like the video. If you like it, and also if you like what I'm saying, please like this video, share it to your friends, and subscribe to my channel, and let's build this community forward. All right, so what I'm talking about, like I said, I'm talking about African music grass to grace story. And I've actually told you guys the story about Wizkid, how it came about, moving from one studio to another, and today is a super global star. Then even Burna Boy also started in music in the UK. It was not doing very well, but he had to come to the motherland. So I think motherland Africa is blessed. Anyone who wants to do anything and comes to Africa is always blessed, and he scales up immediately. So he came down to Africa, and within the span of 2-3 years, he's up there right now. He's up there with the likes of Usher. He's rubbing shoulder with the likes of Eminem, the likes of Ed Sheeran. He has had a lot of collaboration both in African continent, to Europe, to South America, to North America, even in the Middle East. So African music has gone global. Let me know on this comment section below who is your favorite African artist. Let me know, and before I end this live, I'll be mentioning at least my top 5 African artists in the continent, like African artists in the continent here. My top 5 African artists. Also, you can also drop down your top 5 African artists on the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe, you like, and you share this live so that other of your friends will also see it. My name is Incredible Cliff, and this is my channel, and I'm live. I was live yesterday where I was talking about the evolution of African music, and it was quite an interesting topic. We spoke about how Africa moved from using the local instrument in making music to where we went to cassettes, where we buy cassettes and just put it on the DVD or the radio, and they start playing. Then we start dancing, and how we go to shows and all of that. It was quite an interesting experience. Jacques Banel, I spit ball. I'm not spitting ball anyway. Maybe I am, but I'm actually talking about African music. And Jacques Banel. Okay, you say, wait, are you saying a joke? It's not a joke. I'm talking about African music and how the continent has blessed our artists and how they have worked hard despite the fact that our resources are kind of limited. But still, they were not held back. They defied the odds, and today African music is global. There is nobody that will talk about Africa, or there is no music festival in the world that an African will not be among, except if it might probably be rock and roll. Even rock and roll, if you give it to Burna Boy, he will murder it. He will definitely murder it. Let me give a shout out to my top fan, Michael Taylor. Thank you so much. You are always there. Please kindly share this live to other of your friends so that they can see it. I'm really excited to have you guys here. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the African Grass to Grace story, the music Grass to Grace story, and also like, subscribe, share to your friends so that they don't miss this anytime I come on live. Like I said, my name is Incredible Cliff, and this is our channel. Not just my own, it's our own channel. This is where we come to get information and also updated things about African music and everything Africa. It is a sad one today in Nigeria. We actually lost our president, and we are in a mourning mode. Most of our flags are flying low, and he was actually buried today. It's a sad one. We lost one of our person. I know he must have done some things, but we have to respect the death also. So he has died. Fine, rest in peace, president, ex-president, and all of that. So it's a fantastic one. Nice to have you guys here. My name is Incredible Cliff, and shout out to my top fan, Michael Taylor, Franklin Sereno. Thank you for being there, and let me know on the comment section below what your take is on our Grace to Grace story, our African Grace to Grace story in terms of music, because it's a wonderful thing. And thank you for the likes, thank you for the comments, thank you for the sharing, thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe. Share the live so that more people will get to see this. It is a wonderful thing. We are talking about our African continent, all about African Pan-Africanism. We love Africa, and we want Africa to succeed. When it succeeds, none of our person will cross the Mediterranean Sea towards what's the name, Italy, to go and look for greener pasture. We can do all things here as Africans. So on this live, I'm talking about the Grass to Grace story of African music. If you're just joining me, make sure you click on the like button, share this live to other of your friends so that they can see, and subscribe. Just subscribe. If you subscribe, anytime I come on live, you will definitely see. And whenever I upload anything, you'll be the first person to see it. All right. Make sure you drop on the comments section below your top 5 African music artists. Like I said, I was also talking about the Grass to Grace story of African musicians also and African music. I spoke about Wizkid, how he moved from studio to studio. In fact, it's as if he's a studio rat. Then you have the likes of what's his name, Don Jazzy, who actually came from Ajegule, who did his music in Ajegule, and he was able to capture the interest of so many people. Founded More Hit Records, that was very, very renowned. A whole lot of people were among there. Uh, put some on my mouth, please. Thank you. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for joining. My name is Incredible Cliff. We are talking about the evolution of African music. No, not evolution. We talked about evolution yesterday. Today, we are talking about the grass to grace story of African music. How, despite all the odds, the difficulties, the lack of resources, African music has actually gone to that top side. Despite all of this, African music has gotten to that top position. It's not easy thing. It's not an easy feat. We actually tried our best. African music, because originally in Africa things are already very difficult. So it will take someone's perseverance. It will take a great deal of effort to be able to be global. So shout out to the pioneers like Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, the likes of other African artists. Like I said, I would like to mention my top 5 African artists. My top 5 in no particular order. One of my favorite artists in Africa will be Dave, but may he so rest in peace. I'm not saying this to patronize you guys, but I just love the way he sings, the way he records his stuff, and very cool, calm, no issues at all. So he's my number 5. All right, Dave. Dave songs from Zambia. Dave song from Zambia is my number 5 in Africa. You guys go and listen to his songs. Although he's late now, he died in an auto crash. May he so rest in peace. But I enjoyed his music a lot. I used to react to Zambia music, so I know a great deal about Zambia music. So number 4. Let me know about your own. Let me know about your top 5 African music artists on the comment section below. Just list them in no particular order. There could be Nigeria, Kenya, Zambia. There could be South African. There could be any other African country artist. Can be Gambia also. So Dave is my number 5. His work rate is wonderful. His melodies are always captivating. The sounds is very gentle in the ear, and you can dance to it. You can listen to a song while you are angry, while you are happy, while you are going through some workout. In every mode, the songs will give you a wonderful reception when it comes to what he's doing in the singing. Then number 4. Number 4 will be Khaligraph Jones. I said this yesterday also. I mentioned his name also. If you follow the live yesterday where I was speaking about the evolution of African music, you will find out, you actually know that I actually mentioned his name, from Kenya. If you have not seen that live, is actually available on my channel. You can go over there and see it. Then my number 4 will be Khaligraph Jones, like I said, from Kenya. The first time I came across Khaligraph Jones was when he disses our Nigerian Black Bones. Black Bones make music, and he said he is the best in Africa. He said he's the best in Africa. So he's the best rapper in Africa. There is a song he sang, and he says the best rapper in Africa. So Khaligraph Jones, being someone who is a lyrical genius, who is someone who is a wonderful, lyricist, someone who is a fantastic music writer, and who spit a whole lot of bars, like Jacqueline Banel said, came out and said, "Hey, come on, why will you say you are the best in Africa when I'm still alive? Oh yeah, take this song for you." He actually released one big song, and he totally destroyed Black Bones. From there, I was like, wow, where has this guy been? Khaligraph Jones, I've never heard of him before then. I think it was about 2 years ago, or it might be about a year ago. But I was like, where has this guy been? It was fantastic. The way he was spitting the bars, the way he actually... at the point, I was thinking, hey, maybe he's not African. Maybe he's a European, or maybe American, or maybe he's from UK, like because the way he was singing, his voice and everything doesn't actually look as though he's African. His accent is different. So I have to look him up, and I found out that he's from Kenya, and he has been doing music for a long time. So it was quite surprising. He totally destroyed Black Bones, and after that, I knew that hey, the game is over for African rap. Back then, we had the bragging right because Eminem, no, no, not Eminem, what's his name? Mi Abaga. Most of you know Mi Abaga was one of our best rapper. Then we had Ice Prince Zamani. We had a number of rappers who were extraordinarily good, but although I wouldn't say Black Bones is not that good, it's also good, but when Calligraph John actually made that diss track, I was quite surprised. I never expected that. So my number five will be Calligraph Jones. My number four will be Calligraph Jones. So I moved to number three. My number three best artist in Africa. My number three. My number three will be. My number three will be Rema. Yeah, Rema is someone who, from the beginning, when he released a song called Dumebi, I don't know how many of you remember Dumebi. Balamba lamba li palami o Dumebi, Dumabi ganka kari bele o Dumebi, parangana siri kadami ori marabi Beka come. You understand? So it's a wonderful thing. Ever since he came up with Dumebi, people have been following him. Back then he actually used this kind of hairstyle where those hairstyle he does. He plays African style of hairstyle and all of that. It was a wonderful thing. People were like, "Who is this guy?" People don't realize that it's somebody that's coming to take over African music. So he released a whole number of songs, like beautiful songs, and right now he had more than probably 2-3 albums, and the last album here that he had, which is his, was fantastic. The likes of Ozeba. Even though I don't really like that particular song, but the song went global. One of his biggest hit track, which is baby calm down, the body for lockdown, oh my baby can. It was a wonderful song. Sorry guys, I don't really know how to sing that much, but I actually know the music business. I know everything about music, but singing is not just my thing. But I love music. Music, as they say, is the food for the soul. When you're listening to music, you feel like sometimes you don't even feel like eating. So that's what they say. Music is, they can watch from morning till night without eating anything and they will still be fine. So the same thing happens to music lovers. Music lovers can actually go about listening to music from morning till night. Even if they don't eat, they will be fine. Understand? So uh Rema has captivated, like he has taken the whole world by surprise. He even made a collaboration with Gomez, I think Serena Gomez, where he sang the remix of his Baby Calm Down song, and the song has gone global. They love it in India, they love it in every part of the world. He has made his name for himself. So, and recently he went to, I think, Madison Square Garden, and he shut down the whole place. He went to O2 Arena, he shut down the whole place. So, he's my number three artist in Africa. My number two African artist, my number two best African artist, my number two best African artist will be Davido. And I'm not saying this for any Davido fan to patronize me, but I love his style of music, despite the fact that he didn't have the humble beginning. He actually grew up with wealth. His parents were wealthy. He didn't have it too hard, but still he worked his way out up. In the Nigerian music industry is not that easy in African, especially in Africa. Even though you have a whole lot of resources, even though you have a lot of financial support, it's not easy. There are a lot of people that have financed their music so well, but still they could not make it to that level of what Davido has done. Let me know the comment section below what you think, and let me know about your top five African artists. Subscribe to my channel, and like, and also share this live to your friends so they can see more. If you like this more, if you like this live, more people will get to discover it and they'll get to join this conversation. Thank you so much as you do that, and shout out to my top fan Michael Taylor, Franklin Serrano, Mike, okay, yeah, Jo, is it Taukin Benal? If I pronounce it properly, I think it should be Portuguese kind of name, Taukin Benal. Thank you guys for being there. You have been there. I've been seeing you guys. Thank you so much. So, like I said, my number two will be Davido. He has defied all the odds, despite the fact that he came from a beautiful background with a silver spoon, but he never let it down. He has worked himself up. He has released countless of hit songs, although most of the song he's not writing himself, but he's a beautiful singer. The first time I heard a song, I think the song that actually took me off, and the song that actually made me a fan, was If. I don't know how many of you remember that song back then. If I tell you, say I love you, your money, my body, now ya, oh no, baby. 30 billion for the account, yo. Versace and Gucci for your body, yo, baby. No do, no do, no do, gara gara for me, yo. No do, no do, no do, yeah, yeah. So that song was wonderful, and followed by other hit song that he has done. Skelewu, he has done a whole lot of song. Fire, he has done Assurance was one of my favorite songs. I love the beat and I love the way the songs always go. You understand? So shout out to Davido. He has actually put Africa on the map, despite our history, despite the slavery history, yes, everything. Our African music is on music conversation all over the world. You cannot talk about music without Africa. So shout out to these artists who have actually defied the odds and placed Africa on the map. Before now, everyone was talking about the American artists, but now nobody is talking about them. In fact, the American artists want to collaborate with African artists so that they can actually, have leverage. Although, no disrespect to them, they are still very relevant. But when it comes to the industry or the continent that is driving the music world, give it up to Africa. All right, and the music industry is very, very lucrative. If you're looking to enter the music industry, please chat me below or send an email to me at sundayclifford333@gmail.com. Let me also support you and give you some tips for free. I'm not charging you. I'll give you some tips for free, being an African, on how you can actually enter the music industry and how you can promote. I'm a very good marketer. How you can actually network yourself to the top. All right. Okay, guys. I'll be ending the live once I actually review my number one African artist, my own, as per my own. You understand? I'm not saying this person, that person. This one are my own. You understand? So if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe, because this live will be happening every day, daily, except if I'm actually very busy. I might not come on live, but whenever I have the opportunity to come on live, I will definitely do, to keep you guys updated about this. And make sure you subscribe, share the live, and follow our community, like every video, and watch it so we can actually get to the appropriate watch hours, and we can monetize together. All right, currently I need about 4,000 to 3,000 watch hours on my videos so that I can monetize, because I'm unable to monetize because of that. And I believe with you guys, my community, you guys will not let me down. You will definitely make it happen. Please share this live, share my videos, and watch my videos also, so that I can actually get to that 3,000, and we can monetize together. We can monetize the videos together, and thereby come up with a very beautiful community. Also, guys, my number one, I was speaking about my number two music artist in Africa. My number one will be Burna Boy. I know most of you will say, why not Angelina Kidjo, who is currently being imprinted at the Hollywood Hall of Fame. The thing is, Burna Boy has defined the odd. He came to the Nigerian music scene with a bag full of talent, but the level at which he has achieved this, is actually mind blowing. In a few times, I remember when he came with a party. Imagine my children are money than you, those semi come to you. Hello, say hello, hello. Shebi you thought say you human being, and this happened that human being. A human being. Another the party, you see the party. Another person that is the party. You go there, you lie. You go there, to the lie. Really good day to the right. So then he came with if you if you never pay landlord, yawa deal. And if you never sleep, yawa deal. You day for road, you know pay your conduct, yawa deal. Check up. Oh my god, the guy is wonderful, I swear. Then he came with African Giant album, with Bona. He came up with a whole lot of song with yeah 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 oh yeah 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 aha yeah 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 oh yeah yeah yeah. So he came up with a number of anthems that are beautiful. They were listed all over the globe, everywhere. In fact, they were favorite to some president, head of state, and everyone. So the guy has actually defined all the odds and moved to Africa and took Africa by storm. Right now, he's the biggest artist in Africa. Africa is the biggest artist in Africa. Honestly, Burna Boy is the biggest artist in Africa, no doubt about that. So he's my number one artist in Africa. If you're live with me, please kindly subscribe, turn on the bell notification also, and hit that like button so that whenever I upload any video, you will get to see it. All right. So with that guys, I will be ending this live for today, and we will actually come up again tomorrow, the 16th day of July 2025. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't lose or you don't miss the live. It will be a little bit later tomorrow. It will be late tomorrow. It will be probably like maybe 11 to 12. Make sure you stay awake so that you can actually join this. Tomorrow on will be more interesting. It will be fantastic. We will continue from where we stop and it will be beautiful. All right, guys. My name is Incredible Cliff. You can follow me on all social media as at Incredible Cliff, and make sure you share my videos. Let's get to 4,000 watch hours so we can monetize together. Let's build this community together, and we can actually grow together. And you can meet her. Hello.
Hi
Say hello.
everyone. Hello everyone. Hope your day was wonderful. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your likes. We really appreciate. Please do make sure you turn on your notification button so that you get notified whenever he comes on live. Love you guys.
Okay, guys, thank you everyone, and I'll see you guys tomorrow again. And don't forget to actually put on the comment section below your top 5 African music artists, and also share if you have a story to share about Africa, like African music, the grass to grace story of Africa. Make sure you put it down there. All right. My name again is Incredible Cliff, and I'm streaming live from Lagos, Nigeria. See you guys tomorrow, and bye bye. Bye bye, guys.